Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel Skills to Scale. Listen Mahabharat in simple English by Shruti Bhushan. In the previous video, we have seen the death of the great Drona and Gatotkacha. If you haven't watched the previous video, please watch it. And also like, share and subscribe to Skills to Scale to get more videos. Karna released the Nagastra on Arjuna. Krishna stepped forcefully on the chariot, which made the chariot sink a little into the ground. The Nagastra could only touch and fly away with Arjuna's crown. In an unfortunate turn of event, Karna's chariot wheel got stuck in the ground. Karna decided to pull the wheel out of the mud. Arjuna kept showering arrows at Karna on Krishna's advice, badly wounding the unarmed Karna. Karna then felt it necessary to use the Brahmastra, but at the very moment forgot the mantra to summon the Astra because of the curse by Parshurama. Krishna knew Karma's dharmas were protecting him from death, so he went to the wounded warrior in the guise of a Brahmana and asked for alms. Karna had nothing to offer and asked the Brahmana what he sought. The Brahmana asked him to donate all his accumulated merits. Karna donated it with no hesitation. The Brahmana, touched by the generosity of Karna, even in a state of despair, decided to give him a boon. Karna asked him if he was such a great man to grant a boon. The Brahmana showed his true form in Vishwarupa. Karna thanked Lord Krishna for the view and prayed for a boon where in all his births he should never say no to anyone under any circumstances. Krishna, pleased with him, asked, granted the boon, and returned back to Arjuna. Krishna then instructed Arjuna to kill Karna. Though Arjuna hesitated, the thought of Abhimanyu broke his second of reluctance. He shot the arrow at Karna, killing the brave soul. Thus ended the life of the most unfortunately depicted character in Mahabharata, Karna, the son of Surya, the rightful heir to the Kuru throne, eldest of the Pandavas, the best friend of Duryodhana, and the most virtuous soul in the epic. Kunti heard of Karna's end and cried out her soul. She came running to the battlefield and spilled the beans of Karna's birth secret to Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira's anger knew no bounds and cursed his own mother. No woman would ever be able to keep a secret thereafter in the three worlds. The hero was given this due credit during his cremation, surrounded by his family, friends, and foes. The sun too set mourning his son's death. On the 18th day, Shalya was appointed as the commander-in-chief of the Kaurava camp. Duryodhana, Shalya, Shakuni, his son Ulloka, Ashwathama, Kripa and Kritavarma were the only ones left in the Kaurava team. Krishna told Yudhishthira to kill Shalya because only Yudhishthira could kill Shalya, who was a valiant spearman just like him. Meanwhile, Sahadeva beheaded Ulloka with his spear. Sahadeva marched towards his next prey, Shakuni. Shakuni fell into the trap himself. He tried to injure Sahadeva by his arrows, but Sahadeva broke the bow that triggered. Sahadeva wrote, "Your game of dice ends now." He threw his axe at the wild game planner, which went spinning like Sudarshan Chakra and beheaded the sly fox. Duryodhana was isolated with neither an army nor a chariot. His army was reduced from 11 Akshauhinis to nothing. With only a mace, he hid himself inside a pond. The Pandavas followed him. Yudhishthira called him out and asked him to join them, and he would be happily made one of the kings in his empire. But Duryodhana declined, saying, "Many great warriors had laid down their lives for me. I would never join you even in my death. If it was death that was woven for me, so be it." Yudhishthira then asked Duryodhana to fight any one of them with any weapon of his choice, and if he could win over, he would be made king. Duryodhana agreed and chose Bhima because he felt he was the only one worthy enough to fight him. The duel started and went on for so long. Balarama had arrived from his pilgrimage and paid a visit to Kurukshetra. The greatest fight between both his disciples took place when he reached. Krishna told Arjuna that the fight looked never ending and reminded of Bhima's oath to break Duryodhana's thighs. Arjuna then signed Bhima, slapping at his thighs. Bhima took the hint. When Duryodhana jumped to hit him, Bhima hit his thighs with his mace. Duryodhana dropped to the ground. Balarama got furious when he saw the act, which was against the dharma of Gada Yuddha, where one should never hit below the hip. Balarama summoned his plow to punish Bhima. Krishna intervened and claimed that Bhima was only fulfilling his oath. Balarama left the scene disgusted with the happening. Bhima then placed his foot on Duryodhana's head and kicked his crown. Yudhishthira asked Bhima to leave him alone since he was also their brother, and they all left to their camp. Duryodhana was left to die all alone. The hatred he had developed over his years rotted with him. But no, the killing has not stopped yet. After the Pandavas left, Ashwatthama, Kripa, and Kritavarma, the only survivors, visited Duryodhana. Ashwatthama could not bear to see the sight of Duryodhana and vowed to avenge his cruel death. Duryodhana appointed Ashwatthama to lead the rest of them. Ashwatthama strategized to kill the Pandavas when they were sleeping at night. The other two, though were reluctant initially, agreed to do it as said. Krishna, aware of the plot, shifted the Pandavas to the river side for the night, saying that the river would cleanse them of all the sins of killing their kith and kin in the war. Satyaki too accompanied them. Ashwatthama had a sword gifted to him by Lord Shiva. That night, Ashwatthama, with the sword, entered the camp and killed all the sleeping soldiers and warriors, including Drishtadyumna and Shikandini. He then killed all of Draupadi's sons, assuming them to be Pandavas. He then set fire to the entire Pandava camp and returned to Duryodhana. He proudly claimed to have taken the lives of the Pandavas. Duryodhana thanked him and praised him, saying, "You are my true friend. You have accomplished a feat that the great Bhishma, Drona, or Karna could not achieve." With that, he let his last breath in peace. Ashwatthama left to jungle to meditate. The next day, when the Pandavas returned to see only ashes left of the entire camp, when a surviving soldier briefed them of the incident, their rage was boundless. They set immediately in search of Ashwatthama. Were they able to find Ashwatthama? Let's see in the next story. If you liked the story and felt it interesting, drop a like, share with your friends, and let them know about Mahabharat. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more